Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to another gaming video. Today we are on Gobby McGobblenutz Presents The Art of the Dad Joke, Chapter 1. And frankly, I have no clue what is about to happen. This is created by the same person that made the test, and a game I just played very recently. Let me find the actual name of it. The Advisor, Episode 1, Royal Pain, that came out earlier in the month. And he is a game creator that I really enjoy, so I bought a pack of his games, and this is one of them. So we're going to dive in and see what is going on. Before continuing with this adventure, please be advised that the level of cringe involved may lead to a series of ailments and impairments. Some of these symptoms may include, but are not limited to, insomnia, diarrhea, gastral distress, memory loss, paranoia, loss of appetite, gingivitis, hallucinations of rabid goats, addiction to paint thinner, memory loss, irresistible urges to sit on folding chairs, depression, anxiety, more anxiety, a little more depression, loss of a finger, memory loss, failure to ever laugh again. A lot of things. Wiener shrinkage. The growth of wiener is, if not one is present, murder aids, regular aids, memory loss, heartburn, and a mild case of the what the fucks. Please proceed at your own discretion. Hi there, welcome to Gobblenutz's Epic Emporium of Goblin Jokes. Thank you. For those of you who are... Why does that keep happening? New here. Allow me to explain what we have in store for you today. Thank you. You see, I'm going to tell you a great deal of goblin jokes passed down through the generations, first told by my great-great-great-grand Gobby, all the way to my gob daddy, who then passed them down to me. Now, why on earth would I share such pure pieces of comedic gold to the likes of you, you may inquire? Well, the answer to that is simple. Gobby is very lonely and doesn't have friends. Got no one to pass it down to, but fear not, for everyone will want to be friends with Gobby after they hear my super secret, massively awesome, epically epic Gobby jokes. Happy bounce. As a matter of fact, we're going to make it into a little bit of a game. You see, every time you laugh at one of my jokes, I'm going to award you a point and record the number of times you laugh. Oh, great. Not only will this let you know how great of a sense of humor you have, but it will also boost Gobby's ego and give him such much needed self-worth and slight above average confidence levels. Essentially, this is a test to determine whether or not you'd fit into the Gobby society or if you'd be kicked to the curb, like the inhumorous, unfunny scumbag you might be. Yeah, thanks, Gobby. Anyway, at the end of this test, you will be given your point total, so that you may compare how great or how cringe your sense of humor is compared to others. Cool. Sounds like bundles of fun. Oh, happy bounces. It sounds like when they want to show that a dog is happy. It's a little boop boop. That's the spirit. Thanks, Gob. Mega points awarded for uncommon answer. Ignore that part about it being an uncommon answer. I didn't read the bottom. Anywho, let's get started, shall we? Gobby's greasing up these funny bones. Here we go. I find that there's 3 types of people in life. I thought there was going to be more. Those who can count and those who can't. If that was the joke, that oof is right, Gobby. That was a rough start. No points. I love the way the earth spins. It really makes my day. Oh, that's sweet. Positive reaction. So what if I don't know what Armageddon means? It's not the end of the world. What's worse than ants in your pants? Uncle. Not amusing, but not no reaction. Didn't like that. Gobby had to learn that one the hard way. Okay. A dyslexic man walks into a bra. Nicely done. Nicely done. How do trees get online? They just log in. No. Absolutely not. No laugh on that. What's the best thing about living in Switzerland? I don't know, but their flag is a big plus. No. Overused, Gobby. Give me new stuff. You know, I used to hate facial hair. But then it grew on me. No. Get out of here. I wanted to make a belt made out of watches. But then I realized it would just be a waste of time. No, thank you. If criminals took their own mugshots, what would they be called? Selfies. I like that one. I feel bad I didn't react to that. I didn't like the spelling, but I liked it. I liked the joke. I think if that was verbal, that would have been better. I've been thinking about removing my spine. I feel like it's only holding me back. No, get out of here. I'll never understand why manslaughter is legal. Illegal. Men should be able to laugh at whatever they want. It's not funny. Not having a sense of humor. Sorry. I was fired from my job at the bank on my very first day. If this is going to be a checking balance joke and pushing someone over, no. Yeah, there it is. Awful. I don't care what anyone says. The shovel was a groundbreaking invention. This is just a bad joke subreddit. To the mathematician who invented zero, thanks for nothing. None of these are new. I was hoping we'd get like Goblin based stuff. Would you like to hear a joke about construction? Oh, I know that there's a stupid punchline here. Well, you can't. I'm still working on it. That wasn't what I thought the punchline was going to be, but I still didn't like it. Where does the general keep his armies? I don't know. In his sleeveys. Yes, that one's good. I thought I'd tell you a hilarious time travel joke. Turns out you didn't like it. Time travel is such a big genre, we could have done something with that. I know a lot of jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work. Okay. I was at a restaurant the other night, and the waiter asked me, "Hey, you want a box for your leftovers?" I told him, "No, I'm more of a wrestler." That one was slightly amusing. It's not great. Also, why is he not up on the stage? He could be doing open mic night. And I don't exist anywhere. The past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. Things got a little tense. Okay. Hated that. I accidentally gave my girlfriend a glue stick instead of chapstick. She still isn't talking to me. Haha. How do you make holy water? You just boil the hell out of it. Yeah, that's... You know, most puns make me numb. But math puns make me even number. Yes. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's alright, he woke up. Oh, okay. My neighbor has been mad at his wife for sunbathing nude. I personally am on the fence. It's not original, but I like it. I asked the librarian if they had any books on paranoia. She whispered, "They're right behind you." That one's good. That one's clever. I like that. Most people get shocked when they find out that I'm not their electrician. Oh. Shocked is the... Yeah, no, that was bad. My son asked me, Dad, are you alright? I said, no, I'm half left. That was very dad jokey. Didn't like it, though. What do you call a million rabbits walking backward? A million rabbits walking backward. I don't know. A receding hairline. That's good. What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? Same middle name. Yes. That might be the best one so far. For some reason, I can only handle 25 letters of the alphabet. Oh, this is going to be bad. I don't know why. Yeah. Could taste that one. My drug test came back this morning. It's negative. My dealer sure has some explaining to do. Well done. Well done. My girlfriend is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my things and write. I get it. Doesn't make it funny. Speaking of which, my girlfriend and I often laughed about how competitive we are. But I definitely laugh more. I was washing my car with my son the other day. I don't know where this is going to go. He looked at me and said, Dad, could you please use a sponge? I like that. People say they're worried that my magician friend is doing his disappearing act too often. But I know it's just a stage he's going through. That hurt. That one did hurt. You know, anybody can get buried when they die. If you want to get cremated, you have to earn it. Nice. Say, do you know what happens to a green rock when you throw it into the Red Sea? It sinks. Gets wet. Okay. Not what I guessed, but it just as bad. You know, I really wanted to be a doctor, but I just didn't have the patience. Okay. I was once abducted by a group of mimes. This is going to be a bad joke. I can feel off the setup. Not going to be good. They did unspeakable things to me. Yeah. Someone broke into my house the other night and stole all of my antidepressants. Well, I hope they're happy. It's just about where I expected that to go. I broke my leg in 2 places. And you know what my doctor told me? He said stay out of those places. Okay. Okay. That one is clever, but really painful. My dog used to chase people on bikes. It got so bad that I eventually had to take his bikes off him. What? That's the first one I genuinely don't understand. Do you know why a seagull flies over the sea? Because if it flew over the bay, it would be a bagel. Not a fan. I was sitting in traffic the other day. Probably why I got run over. Clever. Don't like it. I tried to sue the airport for misplacing my luggage. I lost my case. That deserves that sound. That was rough. My deaf girlfriend was talking in her sleep last night. That's crazy. That in itself is a great setup. Damn near poked my eye out. Yes. A good joke. Did you hear about the 2 thieves that stole the calendar? Oh. They got 6 months each. I could feel pain in that setup. I like to spend every day as if it's my last. Staying in bed and calling for a nurse to bring me my pudding. Nicely done. A man tried to sell me a coffin today. I told him that's the last thing I need. Yeah, Same line of direction, but just not quite as good. Two goldfish are in a tank. One looks at the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?" I like it. Big boom boom tank. Didn't make me laugh. It would be helpful in Finding Nemo, though. Did you hear about the chameleon who couldn't change colors? He had a reptile dysfunction. That's yeah. Lance is a pretty uncommon name these days. In medieval times, people were called Lancelot. That's so stupid, but I like it. That's not a good joke, but I like it. Plastic surgery used to be such a taboo subject. Now you can talk about Botox and nobody raises an eyebrow. It's true. He's not wrong. Gets a point for that. What's the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer? Where you put it. The taste. Oh, no thank you. What's ET short for? Because he's going. That's just mean. I really want to buy one of those supermarket checkout dividers, but the lady behind the till keeps putting it back. I really want to buy. Why is it broken English? I really want to buy. The lady keeps putting it back. I don't get this one. So we're gonna go down. Two windmills are standing in a field when one of them asks, "What's your favorite style of music?" To which the other replied, "I'm a big metal fan." Yeah, okay. Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Is it? Inside of a dog, it would just be too dark to read. I don't want to put my book inside of a dog. I don't tell dad jokes often, but when I do, he laughs. Yeah, that's bad. I'm sorry, that's really bad. What's red and bad for your teeth? Blood? A brick. That too. I didn't want to hit that. I wanted to go down, but we'll give him a laugh. What's the dumbest animal in the jungle? The one that doesn't belong? A polar bear. Yeah, the one that doesn't belong. Awesome. Got it. What does every Tickle Me Elmo get before leaving the factory? I don't want to know. 2 testicles. Oh, that's clever. I like. My girlfriend left me the other day. Said I didn't listen to her. Or something like that. I think that's what she said anyways. Okay, there could have been a punchline in there, but we just didn't go anywhere. I still remember the last thing my grandfather said to me before he kicked the bucket. He said, "Hey, want to see how far I can kick this bucket?" That's not funny. I've recently discovered that I'm terrified of elevators. Okay. So I'm taking steps to... I don't like that. It's bad, awful, horrible. I was also a little afraid of speed bumps too, but I'm slowly getting over them. Get out. Have you ever tried to eat a clock? No. It's very time... Okay. What is the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know, and I don't care. That's... Yeah, I mean, you use the definitions for the punchline. Yeah, okay. What do an apple and an orange have in common? Oh, which letter? The last letter. Neither one can drive. You know what? I didn't see it coming, and it wasn't funny. I had a priest perform an exorcism for my house, but I never paid the bill. It's been repossessed. That's clever. Not funny, but clever. You know, whoever invented the knock-knock joke deserves a Nobel Prize. That's stupid, and I love it. Don't you hate it when people answer their own questions? I do. Okay. Four of my goblin buddies and I walked into a bar. You'd think one of us would have seen. That's bad. That wasn't a good joke, but I laughed at it. I actively laughed. To the goblin in the wheelchair who stole my camouflage jacket, you can hide, but you can't run. That's not good. That wasn't good. You know that wasn't good, Gobby. Did you hear about the guy who had the whole left side of his body amputated? No, I didn't. Yeah, he's all right now. Okay. We've had that pun before. I never wanted to believe my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker, but when I got home, all the signs were there. Okay. Get out. The furniture store keeps calling me. All I wanted was one night stand. eBay sure isn't what it used to be. I don't know where this is going. I tried to look up lighters and all they had was 14,752 matches. I get it. I don't like it. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. But I like to think of atheism as a non-profit organization. Oh. Because there's no profits. That took me too long to get. I have to go no reaction. If I had 50 cents for every time I failed a math exam, I'd have $9.37 by now. That's Gobby. That's just wrong. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? There's going to be something with a lot of R's, and it's probably not going to be funny. I'm 80. There was no R's. But he said, I'm 80. Yeah. They all laughed when I told them I wanted to be a comedian. Well, they're not laughing now. I submitted 10 puns into a joke contest to see if one of them would win. No pun in 10, did it? No. Screwed up the delivery. You get a laugh. Yesterday, I was surprised to learn that I was colorblind. The news really came out of the purple. That's so bad. That wasn't good. I can't believe my neighbor knocked on my door at 3 a.m. Luckily, I was already awake practicing my bagged pipes. Okay. I don't even know if that was a joke. I wanted to exercise, so I went to the gym and hopped on a treadmill. I got some funny looks, so I started jogging instead. Oh, I shouldn't have laughed. I let out a little giggle. It was not funny. I knew it was coming, and I still laughed. If you've never tried blindfold archery, you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good. What happens when someone steals uranium? Oh, what? It becomes their uranium. I didn't know where that was going. That was worse than I hoped. My girlfriend always yells at me for not knowing how to season food properly. This is going to be something about fall or spring. I don't mind, though. I take it with a grain of sugar. Oh, okay. Different than I thought. Not much better. I just performed my first autopsy. Oh, boy. According to the results, the victim died of an autopsy. Well done. How do you get 4 old ladies to shout fuck? Get a 5th old lady to shout bingo. That's so true. Why don't bunnies make noise when they have sex? I don't want to know. Because they have cotton balls. No. I just want to know. Why aren't hallways in mental institutions called psychopaths? I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. Friends are like trampolines. I've never had one, but they look fun. That's just sad. That's not where I thought that was going. My girlfriend treats me like God. She takes very little notice of my existence until she wants something. It's about where I thought that would go. Speaking of which, I can't believe my girlfriend just called me old-fashioned. Especially with her ankles showing. The slut. Jesus. The shock factor hit me. I shouldn't say that about her. She almost dumped me the other day because she said I was the king of stupid comparisons. Man, she made me feel like a bacon sandwich on chemotherapy. I'm sorry. A what on what? Bacon sandwich on chemotherapy. I didn't laugh at that, but I've got to give them music. That's super creative. I don't know if you know this, but Gobby grew up very poor. When I was a little goblin, my parents had to cut holes in my trousers just so I'd have something to play with. Was I supposed... Where... Was there a joke? I'm sorry, I missed it if there was. What did Cinderella do when she got to the ball? She kicked. We went there. Okay. I wasn't expecting that one. We went to a different subreddit for that one. The other day, my girlfriend asked me if I was high. I just laughed uncontrollably for 3 hours. It's a good answer. It answered the question. She probably left after 30 seconds. Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put on the wrong socks before I went for a walk. That's tough. Why did Sally fall out of the tree? Because she had no arms. I've heard that one about a swing, so I'm not... Knock knock. Who's there? Oh, who else is playing? I'm not playing? Not Sally. That's incredible. Because the other joke wasn't funny for me, but it set up a perfectly good joke. My girlfriend recently started smoking during sex, so we had to slow down and use some lubricant. Okay, no, sorry. What's the difference between being hungry and horny? Where you put the cucumber. I thought he was going to say where you put your mouth. What did the leper tell the prostitute? Keep the dip. Don't like that. I don't care what anyone says. Sex while camping is fucking intense. Yeah, not wrong. What do you call a herd of cows masturbating? We have gone into a naughty path of these jokes, and I'm okay with that. Beef stroganoff. That's awesome. Sex between 3 people is called a threesome. Sex between 2 people is called a twosome. I guess that's why they call me handsome. There's some self-deprecating ones in here, and I'm okay with that. The other night, I made my girlfriend scream during sex. I probably shouldn't have called and told her about it. Oh. Gobby, not good. Sometimes Gobby likes to experiment. Oh, with what, Gobby? With that big sword, I don't want you experimenting anything. For example, I tried phone sex once, but the holes were too small. Okay. Gobby, you need a serious chat with somebody that's not me. I spent $600 on a limo, but I didn't get a driver with it. I already laughed at the setup. That is bad. All that money and nothing to show for it. You know what? I'm okay with laughing at the setup because that was good. What happened when the cannibal showed up late for dinner? His friends gave him the cold shoulder. That just wasn't good. Did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? There was nothing left but debris. I thought it was going to be a Gouda joke, but I'll take debris. That's fine. My son asked me if I'd take his temperature, but I think he should just keep it. That's really lame. I'm sorry, Gobby. Have you heard the one about the 2 cellmates? They've been together so long, they're finishing each other's sentences. If a priest became a lawyer, would he then be known as a father-in-law? I bought a horse named Mayo, and sometimes mayonnaise. Oh, and sometimes mayonnaise. That's rough. It should have been spelt and sometimes mayonnaise, and I have to get mayonnaise because I didn't like it that way. I think that one's good in verbal. I was never good at telling dad jokes. We can tell, Gobby. Probably because he often worked late. That just... No. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually tell the gender of an ant by dropping it in water. Oh boy. If it floats, it's buoyant. Excuse me. Everyone talks about Murphy's Law, but I personally prefer Cole's. I fucked the delivery. Especially when the cabbage is thinly sliced. That was bad, but I screwed the delivery, so you get a point. 69 and 70 got into a fight. 71. Hold on. 71. Okay, yeah. That was bad. Two goblins were on a boat with 3 cigarettes and nothing to light them with. So, they threw one overboard and the boat became a cigarette lighter. That's bad. Have you heard the tale about the knight who always gave up during battle? Yeah, his name was Surrender. So he's French. I hate those people who knock on your door and tell you that you need to get saved or you'll burn. Fucking firemen. I really wanted a better pun in there. I get where they're going with that, but I didn't like it. What did the caveman say when the big cat scratched him? Meow. That was tough. That was really tough. How can you tell if you're caught in freezing rain? It hurts like hell. Man. I was gonna sell my Chewbacca cookies at the bake sale, but they were a little chewy. Thank you for a Star Wars reference. Big for the channel, but no. I took a selfie after my kidney removal surgery. Hashtag no filter. What do you call a hot dog race? Wiener takes all. That's very close to no reaction, but I like it. A vegan once said to me, people who sell meat are disgusting. But actually, people who sell vegetables are grosser. Okay. My brother couldn't afford to pay his water bill, so I sent him a get well soon card. Nice. The goblin at the tuxedo store kept hovering around me, so I told him to leave me alone. He said, fine, suit yourself. No, bad, Gobby. Justice is a dish best served cold. If it were served warm, it would be just water. Just ice. No. Can I make puns about Mediterranean islands? I feel like you're going to either way. Of course, Ian. Don't be Sicily. I mean, it's a nice play on words, but it's not funny. Like, that's good geography knowledge, and I respect that, but I don't like it. How long should a jousting match last? Until nightfall. We'll give it amusing. That's really on the border, though. Why is the scarecrow so good at his job? Hey, it's in his jeans. I don't like that. I went to the zoo the other day and I saw a baguette in a cage. That's strange. The zookeeper said it was bred in captivity. Why? Like, why? What word starts with E and ends with E and only has one letter in it? Envelope. I should have gotten that. That's an easy riddle to get. Did you hear about the cat who swallowed a ball of yarn? She had a litter of mittens. No. Do you think a pregnant lady should worry if her baby is too hot? Nah, probably not. It's always a womb temperature. Wow, that was tough. Imprisonment is more than just a word, it's a sentence. I mean, sure. Cool. Grammar pun? No. I got fired from my job as a taxi driver. It's gonna be something about taxidermy, isn't it? Turns out, customers don't like it when you go the extra mile. Okay. I thought I won the argument with my girlfriend about how to rearrange the furniture, but the tables have turned. I was accused of burying clues in the cement, but they had no concrete evidence. God. Why do all hot dogs look the same? Because they're inbred. Yeah. So is every sandwich. You know, it takes a lot of guts to be an organ donor. No. You're close, but no. A weasel walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Wow, I've never served a weasel before. What can I get you?" Pop goes the weasel. Never heard that, and there's a reason. You know, if you rearrange the letters of postman, they get really mad. Sure. Why can't T-Rexes clap their hands? Because they're extinct. I read that wrong, you get a point. I can always tell when someone is lying. I can also tell when they're standing. Okay. Unfortunately, my obese parrot just died. But it was a huge weight off my shoulders, yeah. Shout out to anyone who doesn't know what the opposite of in is. Shout out to anyone who doesn't know what the opposite of in is. Shout in to the opposite of anyone who doesn't know what the opposite of out is. Shouting. I either don't get this or it's just not funny. When I was a kid, you could walk into a store with $1 and walk out with 2 gallons of milk, a dozen eggs, and a loaf of bread. Not anymore. There's cameras everywhere these days. Cool. I have kleptomania, but when it gets really bad, I take something for it. I don't know what kleptomania is, so I'm sure that is punny. I don't get it. My girlfriend asked me if our kids were spoiled. I said no. I think most kids smell that way. Oh, God. No reaction is not the right answer. Sometimes it is pain. Statistically, 6 out of 7 dwarves aren't happy. I mean, okay. I needed more to that. That can't be it. Do cannibals eat ramen or do they cook them first? Well done. Bad joke. I had a dream I weighed less than a thousandth of a gram. I was like 0 milligrams. No. Bad. The only thing the Flat Earth Society has to fear is fear itself. You know, if procrastination was an Olympic sport, I'd participate in the next one. Yeah. What type of explorers never seem to get angry? Nomads. That's not good. It's really not good. What is the strongest brand of cereal? Oh, shredded wheat, bruh. I like the all caps, but it wasn't funny. If someone yelled that in my face, I'd probably laugh. Where can you find Tasty Mentos? On Tasty Men Feet. Oh. I hate that one. But it made me laugh. My daughter yelled at me, "Dad, you haven't listened to a single word I've said, have you?" A strange way to start a conversation. Yeah, that's... I gave up my seat to a blind person on the bus. And that, my friend, is how I lost my job as a bus driver. It's not where I thought that was going. I thought it was going to be like a he didn't even see it thing. A limbo champion walks into a bar. He was immediately disqualified. Not good. A lumberjack went into the forest to cut down a tree. He started to swing his axe at the tree when the tree began to shout, "Wait, I'm a talking tree." The lumberjack replied, "And you shall dialogue." If that's in the new Wicked movie, I'm going to be pissed. I've always wondered, do we dream in color, or is it just a pigment of our imagination? Man. As I handed my dad his 40th birthday card, he looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "You know, one would have been plenty." Get out. Get out. My friend keeps saying, "Cheer up, Gobby. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water." I know he means well. Someone once told me that their dog could retrieve a ball from up to a mile away, but it seems a bit far-fetched to me. That was rough. Arg. I mixed up 2 letters in my dad joke, and now the whole thing is urined. I get it. It's better. This one's one that's better in text form. Where do they put army babies? I laughed at the last one of these jokes. In the infantry. That one wasn't funny, though. A slice of apple pie costs $2.50 in Jamaica and $3 in the Bahamas. These, my friend, are the pirates of the Caribbean. My girlfriend ripped the blankets off me last night. Don't worry, I'll recover. Get out. After you die, what part of your body is the last to stop working? Your pupils. They dilate. Man. My son keeps chewing on the live electric wires, so I had to ground him. Yeah. Yeah, electricity joke is unique. My friends and I started a band called 999 Megabytes. We don't even have a gig yet. Still haven't gotten a gig yet. Why do astronomers put beef in their shampoo? What? Meteor showers. I mean, yeah. That was clever. My daughter thinks I don't give her enough privacy. At least that's what she said in her diary. Okay. My father has the heart of a lion. And a lifetime ban from the zoo. How do you tell the difference between a regular joke and a dad joke? When the punchline is apparent. Yeah, that was bad. My therapist told me to write letters to people I hated, then burn them. Now I've just got to figure out what to do with all these letters. That's dark. That about wraps up chapter 1 of the McGobblenutz family joke book. I hope you enjoyed yourself to some extent, and maybe sometime we can go out for a drink together. Maybe you can come back to Gobby's place and hang out. My bed is super comfy, and I just installed a shower last week. In the bathroom, not the bed. Oh, maybe some other time then. I'm sure you're pretty busy and all, doing things and stuff. Anywho, based on my records, it looks like you've laughed a total of, this is interesting to see, precisely 51 times. There's got to be over 100 jokes in this then. I can't really say that I blame you, to be honest. Well, anyway, I hope you come on back soon. Maybe next time we can bust open chapter 2 That's where the really good jokes are. Oh, what's this? There's a little note tucked into the page and it seems to have your name on it. Apparently the book has a built-in cringeometer and it spit out a secret word for you to share with others. What the hell's a cringeometer? People don't find Gobby cringy, do they? Well, anyway, you might want to write this word down or make a mental note of it. It could come in handy. Your secret word is ridiculous. Well, that's nice. Shaky, shaky. Congrats. Your decisions have unlocked a bonus joke. A bonus joke? Let's see here. Aha! I've got it. Last night, my girlfriend dressed up as a sexy police officer and told me that I was under arrest on suspicion of being good in bed. 2 minutes later, she informed me that all charges were dropped due to a lack of sufficient evidence. Well done, Gobby. Wish that one was a joke. Hope you enjoyed. Now get out of here, you filthy animal. Oh, relevant for the Christmas time. That wraps up this chapter. Take care now, stay safe, and don't forget to tip your goblins. What? You're still here? I know Gobby said he wanted friends, but you really don't know when to take a hint, do ya? Gobby said goodbye like 46 times. Maybe I can tell you a joke that's so awful you won't want to come around anymore. Okay, here it goes. How do you keep an idiot in suspense? I'm the idiot, I guess. Thanks, Gobby. I did enjoy that. As simple as that was of a game, it made me laugh probably 40 times. At least 5 of those laughs were me misreading and not delivering it well enough. That was a good game. This one, I don't know if there's much replayability. Because, I mean, maybe you found things funny that I didn't. So if you want to give this a go, by all means, it is on Steam. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let me know any games you want to see me play in the future. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.